Hey everyone, it's Tristan. Welcome to the channel. If you're looking for a video that will give you the best controller settings in Modern Warfare 2 to help turn you into an absolute god, then this is the video for you. Now, not only do I make videos like this, but I also make videos such as tips and tricks, best class setups, high scoring gameplays, news about Call of Duty, and tons of amazing other content. So don't miss out and make sure to subscribe for future content. And with that being said, guys, let's get to the video. Alright guys, so first off, with the controller, I really stay default, so I don't change the button layout, flip anything, or do a different stick preset. And that's always what I've done in every single one of my games. And also, I make sure to always turn off controller vibration. I just feel that having controller vibration off really helps a lot. Now, as far as sensitivity goes, this is typically what I am doing for Modern Warfare 2. I believe in Vanguard, I had probably around a 5 for horizontal. So I'm moving it up to a 7 because it's a different play style, different movement speed and everything. And then for vertical, I believe in Vanguard, I had like a 5. But sometimes I do a 6 or a 7. So for this, starting out, I'm going to be doing a 6. And this is really going to help me out a lot. It just really makes the game feel, very movable, but not too slow at the same time. Now, one thing I do when it comes to ADS sensitivity multiplier is I have it at a 0.85, and that's going to customize the stick sensitivity while aiming down the sights. So it's going to be a little bit better when it comes down to it. Also, guys, a couple of other things I do is I do have all of these just basically at the default 1%, which is perfectly fine when it comes to me. And for vertical aim axis as well, I have everything just standard, which I feel really does help things out as is. Now for gameplay, I do have aim down sight behavior to hold instead of toggle. And this is very crucial because when you're playing on controller, you want to be able to get your shots, and it's very important. So it's sort of a default thing, but you can customize it however you wish. Now for automatic sprint, I have it being automatic tactical. So moving forward while standing makes the character just automatically tac sprint, which I think is going to be really great and everything like that. Now one thing to keep in mind though is that if you decide to go with automatic sprint, it will not cancel out other actions in progress, such as aiming down sights, reloading, or water movement. So that is something to keep in mind. As far as the rest of these, I typically keep them where they need to be. Equipment behavior on hold, weapon mount activation on ADS, which is very important rather than having an ADS melee or double tap. So there's that. Now for interact / reload behavior, I have it to prioritize my reload. So that way it is very important, and I can always tap a button, like my X button on my controller to do whatever I need to do and things of that nature. As far as armor plate behavior, I have it to apply all. So rather than just applying one, it's going to have all the armor plates right out the gate. Now for advanced, this is another thing. I have target aim assist on, and there are a couple different ways in which you can do it. Now it is going to start you at default, but for me personally, what I really like having is that Black Ops. It's a more traditional aim that's slowed down near the target. Now, if you're someone that doesn't play with regular guns and wants to really have sort of a different aim vibe, then precision or focusing will really work well, especially if you're sniping in this game. Now, for the aim response curve type, I'm using dynamic. And the reason why I'm using dynamic for the first time is because after playing the beta, I learned that this game takes a lot to try to kill people. And also at the same time it really depends on your movement of your thumbsticks and everything in between. Whereas dynamic is more fine aim rate and controlled. Linear sort of sticks in between, sticks the aim stick map directly to the aim rate and everything. So if you're really wanting great and you're really good and not missing your shots, dynamic is the way to go. If you're someone who does miss their shots a lot, standard is going to be the best for you. I really don't recommend linear in any situation. Now for ADS sensitivity focus wise, I have it at 1, which is perfect enough when it comes down to it. And this is again going to customize that stick sensitivity while focusing on steadying your aim. Now for sensitivity transition timing, I have it set to instant. You can choose to do gradual, which will progressively apply it, but I personally just like instant because it makes it immediately there when I'm aiming down sights. Now for custom sensitivity per zoom, the only ones I really changed are the low zoom ones. So I changed that from a 1 to a 0.8, which is really going to help me out and everything. And then when it comes to high zoom, I'm changing it from a 1 to a 1.10. So hopefully that does make things a little bit better across the board. Now for input dead zones, I did a couple of different things. I changed the left stick minimum to a 0.07, and this is going to adjust that range and really help with the way that the left stick is on my controller. Now you can increase the value to prevent stick drifting and things like that, but personally for myself, 0.07 is where I really like to be. And for the left trigger, this is how much has to be pressed in order to be considered. I have it set at 0.03, and the same with the right trigger at 0.03. So that is really going to help with pre-aiming and everything like that across the board. As far as movement behaviors go, I do not have auto move forward on. When it comes to tactical sprint behavior, I have double tap. I know some people like doing the single tap sprint, but for me, the double tap is just the best one in my opinion. I have ground mantle on, so what this is going to do is help me jump over nearby obstacles and so forth. As far as automatic airborne mantle, I have it set to partial, which is going to make you automatically mantle only if it can prevent a fall, which is a really good thing across the board. And then the rest of these I basically have off and everything across the board. Now when it comes to some of these other stuff here, like combat behaviors, I have ADS stick swap off. I have the backpack alternate control off, and the weapon mount exit delay at medium, and so forth. Now, lastly, guys, with graphics, this is going to be something really important. So first, I do have on-demand texture streaming on, but I do suggest that maybe you turn this off. It is something very similar to what happened in Vanguard, where a lot of people were experiencing lag and things like that because of this. So it is up to you if you want to have this and everything like that. So do keep that in mind. And you can also change it if you really want to. Now, as far as processing effects go, I have world motion and weapon motion blur both off. So that removes the blurring of moving objects and weapon motion blur at the same time. Now, for film grain, I have that set basically at 0.25. For depth of field, I do have that on. So it is going to simulate a camera lens. Out of focus regions appear somewhat blurry, but it overall is a really smart thing. And then also for my fidelity VFX strength, I have it set to 11. And what this is basically going to do is enhance the sharpness of the scene rendering around you, make it easier to see and things like that. Now for field of view, I have this set to 100. The default, I believe, is normally an 80. I would say don't go higher than 105 really in most cases, and that's still going to really help you out across the board. As far as third person field of view goes, I have that staying at 90, and I think that that's just really great. And then all these other ones I basically have as is. For brightness, I have it set at 50-50, which is just going to be the best way moving forward across the board. And then safe areas, you really don't have to worry too much about. And as well with audio, I basically have everything going through my headphones at any time. So master audio, the music, dialogue, effects, everything, all is at 100%. And I do have subtitles on as well with a default size and so forth. So hopefully these do give you guys a really good idea of what to do settings wise going into Modern Warfare 2. let me know if these settings really do help you out. And if there's anything that you think is differently or that I didn't clarify enough about, let me know in the comment section down below. But with that being said, guys, my name's Tristan Taze, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one.